Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Follow the Drip podcast, Central Texas' #1 place for hip hop, fashion, culture, as well as entrepreneurship. I am your host, Trademark, and this is Follow the Drip podcast, episode 3.
Don't tell the world, just tell yourself, cause baby, this ain't a newsletter.
I have a special guest with me today. Good friend of mine, man. We kind of met through just the music business. Sean Young Griffin is his name, and he's a rapper, actor, singer. What do you call it? Cinematographer.
Yeah.
Does videos. I mean, this guy, he's a comedian. This guy basically is a jack of all trades, man. And there's pretty much any job in the music industry or just the entertainment industry, period. If you don't have this guy locked in your phone somewhere and you're not following his drip, you sleep right now. So, Sean, just tell the world a little bit about yourself. First of all, thanks for coming. And
bro.
It's a pleasure having you on our show here today, bud. And I like to meet young men like you that have some goals, man, and just are able to push their brand. So, man, it's a pleasure having you here with us. Sean, just tell the world a little bit about yourself and who you are.
Man, well, like you said, man, name's Sean Young Griffin, 27, man. I'm actually about to be 28 here in a few weeks, so July 23rd, man. So y'all make sure y'all give me some birthday shout-outs. I'm from Waco, Texas, born and raised. My mom, she was from New Jersey. She came down here with $1 in her name, started a whole new life after leaving New Jersey. A lot of people may know this and may not know this. My real father, his name was Oscar Young. He had a total of about 30 kids, so I got a lot of half brothers and sisters. And like my mom used to always say, you gotta be careful who you date. You need to ask questions because your dad has so many kids. And so I just been doing the whole music thing and the videography for a couple of years now. You know, I wish I would have started when I was a little bit younger, because I've learned so much in the past, 4 years on, the craft. So, I just keep dipping my feet in the water, man, and trying new stuff. So,
well, you say, you've been dabbling in the music industry for a while now. Can you tell me a little bit about, the kind of the first time, you, kind of partook in the just being an artist on the artist side? When was the first time you ever became an artist and you decided that you wanted to do this as a career?
I think where it all started was when I was really young. It was right after my dad died. He died of cancer. And, I was just in a place where I was just, really sad, and I didn't really know him as well as I wanted to. And I don't know, one day I was just messing around. I was just singing, and I was like, yo, I think I got a voice. And so my mom, she got me, into the church, and started joining the choir, and and that's just where it kind of took off. And I linked up a good friend of mine, Roddy G. We've been friends like since we were little. And we used to always hop on the tape recorder and, make little tracks like that. And be like, yeah, man, we selling that tape recorder, $2, man. You can come get it. And so that's where I just kind of, just knew like, man, you know what? Maybe I should really try to do something with the whole singing thing. I love it. This is my style. And I think I got a lot to talk about when I'm singing. So that's how it kind of started for me.
So are you working on any projects currently? And is there any projects that you have out right now that people can go download?
So right now I'm working on an EP. I'm just doing a lot of writing right now. I have a little studio set up in the house. So when the kids are not around and the lady gone, I can kind of just, focus and practice my craft until I actually go into an actual studio and invest the time. So I do have a EP. It's called Drink to That. Just kind of one of those things where you just make a toast, man, you celebrate, just life, I do have a project, an EP that I dropped back 2 years ago. You can check that out on audiomac.com. It's called Red Memories. And so I got about 9-10 tracks on there, R&B and hip hop. So.
Okay. So, and what are some of your influences in regards to R&B and hip hop? Who would you say that are some of the artists that you used to listen to that you were like, hey, man, I like this guy, or I like this young lady, man, I like the way they sound, and I kind of want to do something to follow their path in regards to music?
Oh, man, my favorite R&B artist is growing up, I was a big Jagged Edge fan. Man, it's just the vocals. I miss the R&B where, you know, it was about, you know, the love and, you know what I'm saying? And it just, I was really influenced by them. Also, another artist that I liked was Bobby Valentino.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Bobby V.
Big Bobby V. You know what I mean? Man, Bobby was you know, a lot of people kind of compare me to him sometimes when I sing like a real soulful song and things like that. And you know, when I lived in Missouri with my brother, every day before school we jamming Pretty Ricky. You know, on the way there, you know, 112. You know, New Edition. I mean, you name it, man. Like it's just. That was just the style of R&B. That's when, you know, men used to still just open the door for a lady. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's the type of R&B music that I was kind of influenced by growing up. So
were you a big High Five fan growing up in Waco, or
man,
or how old were you when you first heard about High Five? Because that's one of the best groups of all time, and they're right here from Waco. So I just you know I want to make sure that I you know educate the community on you know High Five and who they were and see if you had even heard any of their songs and did you like any of their songs.
So I think I came in late on High Five a little bit. Because at the time, you know, when I was singing, I really wasn't taking it serious as I should have. And so I was kind of late on a lot of stuff. You know, I had a lot to see. My brother was a big singer, you know, and that was his thing growing up around his time and age. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I kind of came in on late, and he knew about a lot of the High Five people. He met a lot of them and things like that. And so I can't really remember exactly what age I actually heard them, but I did come in. I can't lie, I did come in a little bit late on High Five. So
Okay, and Sean, just so the audience knows, how old are you, Sean, and what area of Waco did you grow up in?
Yeah.
I know you say you moved from New Jersey. How old were you when you moved from New Jersey?
Well, I was born here.
Oh, you were born in Waco?
Yeah, but my mom was from New Jersey, but I traveled a lot, and my brother was in the military, so I was never just always here in Texas. So
Okay.
yeah, but no, I'm 27. Like I said, I'll be 28 in a couple of weeks, and so man, I've been blessed with the opportunity to, you know, travel different places. And like I said, my brother's in the military, so I used to live in Jersey, Missouri. I mean, oh man, so California. I mean, I lived in San Diego and Ramona, California. And man, I think that was probably the best experience getting outside of Texas and singing, and, you know, other people hearing my voice and being like, man, this guy from Texas singing like that. So it was definitely an experience, you know, traveling a lot.
Okay. And then and now you're shooting. You do a lot of you know, short films and videos. You know, name some of the artists that you may have done videos for that we may know, or just so you know, that some people in Central Texas may know.
I've done music videos for, let's see, Cuddy Reek, T-Mo, Money B, Roddy G, Savage Jordan, Rico Rogers. I mean, it's just, the list goes on. It's, you know, those were a lot of the people that were rocking with me when I really didn't understand the craft of doing music videos. And then, you know, over time, especially Roddy G, like I said, I used to call him up and be like, hey bro, what you doing? He's like, nothing, chilling. Hey, come over here, let me just practice and shoot this video real quick and let's put it out. He was just always down for it, you know what I mean? And
right.
Just the supporting system right there from bro, you know, that's what really helped me, you know, perfect my craft, and then just working with people that are just as creative as me. So
And that's one thing I like about Sean, and I just want the community to know and to follow the Drip world to know. Sean himself, man, he's a very creative young man, and he's one of them people that would like to think outside of the box. And when it comes to, like, you know, shooting a music video or creating some type of short film, he wants to try to do it different and come up with his own thoughts and ideas, and that's what I like about him. That's kind of why we click here, just because I mean that's some things that I like to do something different. I mean, just like the podcast here. I mean, this is something that's, you know, pretty much never been done in this town in regards to hip hop. There's never really been a place for artists to show their face, and that's why we're here. And just to let you guys know, this is a Sean Griffin film right here that we're that we're speaking on. Sean is editing and he's making sure that, you know, this thing gets off the ground, and I appreciate him for that. Yeah. And like I said, man, it's definitely a pleasure having you here. Is there anything else that you know might need to tell the people, you know what I'm saying, what you're working on right now, you know what I'm saying, in regards to the film side.
Okay.
Film side, and I know you already told us about your EP that's about to drop,
Yeah.
and we might even get into it just to throw a couple ballad bars at them, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying, just to let the
Okay.
world know that you're not playing with it, but at
Yeah.
the same time on the video side and on the TV, the movie type of side, what are you working on right now in regard to that?
Man, so I actually just went to go watch this movie called Midsummer. Real crazy movie. It just, I don't know, it kind of gave me like the Get Out vibe and just the crazy suspenseful thriller type movies. And then also I just been watching a lot of action films, and so right now I'm kind of jumping in between the writing different things, whatever I think kind of budget wise can flow, and then what just flows better. But the main thing that I've been really focusing on is that I've been writing a basketball movie, and so that's something I need to cast for real soon. I know a lot of people hit me up and they want to be in films and things like that, and I appreciate it, but at the same time still too, we have to do it the right way.
Right.
I just can't cast anybody or give a certain role to anybody.
Auditions coming up,
Yeah,
maybe for it?
I want to because I really want to give everybody a fair chance to be able to showcase what they got, because I might be surprised, you know what I mean. And then I got a small little team of videographers and cinematographers that are really good here in the Waco area, and my thing is right now with the film thing here, we have the Heart of Texas Film Festival that comes every year, and it's kind of upsetting that a lot of the outsiders, they come here for the Heart of Texas Film Festival and they take it from the locals. And it's like, man, we got to put something out there. We got to, find a way to take the cake for, our city, you know what I mean? And so I do have a basketball film coming, so just be on the lookout for that. I wrote a boxing film also. I've reached out to a couple of boxers and actors. We're all in the clear for that. Just have to find a gym. So if you got a gym out there, man, just please let me use it. I mean, hey, we up and coming filmmakers. Might not have the money, but the experience is what you'll definitely get out of it. So
you got a boxing film coming up, a basketball film coming up,
and now I'm writing some. I hate writing, but man, I'm doing it. I would, if somebody out there want to write for me, please do. Please, I will give you all the writer's credit. I just want to be the guy to film it. That's it.
Right.
So,
and hey, man, maybe we can link up in that regard too, man. I've never acted before. I've never written a film before, but
Yeah.
I have. You know how it is when you're a creator. Sometimes you have these thoughts that run through your head. It's like, hey, what if I could do this and do that? Man, that would be a pretty cool idea. Or and it boils down to it. It takes a team to do anything, So, and finding the right group of people to be around you, man, they can help visions grow, and that's where we are right here with Follow the Drip. That's what it's here for, okay? And make sure you guys follow our drip, and that's on IG. That's follow_the_drip_podcast. Facebook, Follow the Drip Podcast. Email us anytime if there's an artist, there's a videographer, if there's a singer, a rapper, dancer that you want to see on our show. Make sure you email us at followthedrip@gmail.com, and we'll make sure they get in here. Yeah. We got a big summer planned, y'all. We got plenty of people coming in here, and I just want to make sure that you guys continue to follow our drip because you don't want to miss it. So, as far as the music industry right now, Sean, how do you feel about the hip hop industry and the R&B industry right now? And how do you feel that you could change some of it, and what do you feel like it needs?
well, man, I will say this: I'm more of an R&B fan than I am more than hip hop. You know what I mean? There's a lot of guys that I rock with heavily still right now with the hip hop. Like, we probably talked about this in other episodes, but I just love J. Cole. You know what I mean? His style, his sound. I recently been picking up on the Baby, man. I don't know, like he goofy, but like in a cool way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very creative and things like that. And I won't get too deep into that. But as far as R&B, man, I'm listening to Daniel Caesar right now, who's not too bad at all. I still vibe out with Bryson Tiller a bit. He has that rap R&B
sound, man.
Yeah,
Trap soul.
Yeah, man. It's like really crazy. I think what the R&B, I think what R&B needs more of is kind of bring back that old school a little bit. Like, don't be afraid. Like, I know it's new school and new waves and vibes and drips and stuff like that, but I would love to hear, bring it back to that jagged edge feel. You know what I mean? Like,
have you heard and speaking of just going back to the old school, have you heard Beyonce's new track, Before I Let Go? It's the Frankie Beverly and Maze sample.
Oh.
And it's one of the hottest tracks on the radio right now, and it's just because she brought it to that throwback. It's got that throwback party vibe, and when your mama and grandma and them hear it, they're gonna be like, "Hey, I know that song."
Yeah, I haven't heard that. I'm gonna have to look it up when I go home.
You gotta jam that, man. That's good stuff, man. Shout out to the Queen for sure, man.
Yeah,
a lot of people basically have taken her crown away, but to me, she's definitely the Queen. She's so popular that eventually you gotta turn your head to somebody else because she's been at the top of the hill for so long.
You know what I will say though? One group that I had high hopes for, that's not around anymore, that kind of gave me a old school vibe sometimes, was Day 26. Like, they had some jams in there, man, where I was just like, man, this is okay. Now you taking me back to my Jagged Edge, Pretty Ricky type days. But I mean, of course, R&B groups these days now are just
it's really not a thing.
Yeah, it's not a thing anymore.
It's all about that artist, that one guy.
And we probably might not ever get back to it, but I mean, it is what it is. I still go through YouTube sometimes and jam some of the old stuff, so you can't go wrong with that. So,
well, and shout out to BET, man, for the new edition biopic. A lot of these kids now, man, are, they love that we kind of took them back and let them know kind of, what I grew up on. New Edition was one of the greatest R&B groups of all time, and then they kind of branched off into Bell Biv DeVoe and solo artists here and there, but just, the history of it it's good to see that the kids were able to see that. And man, we had a little basketball team party for my daughter's basketball team, and they played Can't Stand the Rain.
Yeah.
Can You Stand the Rain?
Yeah.
Can You Stand the Rain? And the kids, man, they were out there doing the line dances because they had all seen the movie. So like, man, these kids weren't even thought of then, but it kind of brought that feeling back, man, to back when R&B was all about the groups, and that started all the way back to the Temptations and people like that. That when R&B almost had to be a group, and now it's kind of more of the the standstill singer.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of people like Charlie Wilson and kind of that old school feel. I'm a huge fan of R. Kelly's music, just in general, as far as what he's going through right now.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do with that,
I feel you.
but his music in general, man, he would always put out something that was great to listen to.
The storyteller, man.
Storyteller, man. Come on now. He made basically a book out of an album, Trapped in the Closet. Come on, man. Nobody's ever done that. Nobody will ever do it again. And that's kind of like the R&B with the cinematography at the same time, all in one.
Yeah.
It's just never been done before, man. So shout out to him for that, man. And we're gonna pray for him as he goes through these situations. And we hope it's false, but if it's true, he got to get what he deserves, and it's as simple as that. Because we all got kids out here, and we wouldn't wish it on any of them.
Who's your current R&B artist? Just
it's not Jacquees. Jacquees is not the king of R&B.
oh man.
So whoever told him that, he needs to reevaluate that, man. Because I'm listening to. There's a difference to people who can sing and people who can sing, you know.
Yeah.
And there's definitely, the king of R&B, whoever it is gonna always have some soul behind them. Me, I'm a huge Anthony Hamilton fan.
Oh, that's a different style. Yeah,
it's just a different feel, man.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, man, I can get on stage with a live band, and my music gonna sound like I just put the CD in.
Yeah,
and that's the difference in like real singers. When you go and see them live, the sound, it doesn't sound any different. And the guys like that, I love guys like that. But as far as the current king of R&B, that's gonna be kind of tough for me. Current king, I still feel like nobody's really taking it from R. Kelly. But I mean, if
Yeah.
we gotta, give him a mulligan because of what he's going through in the courts, then I'm going with somebody like Anthony Hamilton, or somebody like a Life Jennings, or somebody who kind of put the pain in the record. Because I mean, that's just the type of music I like, and that's just the music that will last forever.
For sure.
What about you?
Man, I don't. I mean, Chris Brown, like he sings.
It's kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He kind of on the same level with R. Kelly. He go through so much in the media that you can't really give it to him. He can't have the crown because he keep bringing himself down.
can't have the crown, but man, definitely jam though for sure.
And he just dropped a new album with 32 songs.
Man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go through 32 of them.
32 songs.
I might break them down 10 a day or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But man, you know who's a sleeper for me, man, that he doesn't get talked about, but I think vocally he's really good, is Justin Bieber. Like,
oh yeah, Bieber can sing.
Like, he can sing. Just always all my favorite artists in the media, man.
Well, actually, my wife and I, one of our, you know how couples always have their songs. Well, my wife and I, one of our songs is ATM by Justin Bieber. All That Matters. Yeah. And just because, Justin Bieber, he can sing. Justin Timberlake can sing.
Yeah. Go hard too.
These guys can really blow. And to tell you the truth, the test of time is, the real artist will stand the test of time. It's as simple as that. You'll get your guys who have that one song and it's hot and it sound good. They had the right production behind them. The label pushed that one track and it was great. But you'll know for sure if these guys will be able to last forever just based upon just strictly talent. I mean, there's people right here in Waco, Texas who can sing. I mean, and they're not any major artists, but I'd rather hear them than a lot of these guys who are mainstream, and that's just how I feel.
There's definitely some. I just got through sharing my homegirl Sierra video. Shout out to her, because I mean, she repping hard right now, especially like with the skunk movement and, the 94.5, and she's just raw talent. Sometimes I look back like, man, I need to arrange my vocals because she eating right now. Like, like I love her style. And shout out to C Walker also out there in Temple, be recording, dropping beats. He's an R&B singer too. He got a song called Low Key, so y'all definitely check that out. Just cold. There's a lot of cold artists that are out there, and there's a lot that are hiding right now that need to come out. Right. And so, man, just shout out to them and just, keep grinding. I'm trying to work with everybody, man.
Yeah, and that's how it should be, man, because eventually, one of these people that me or you going to work with, we might end up coming up with a masterpiece. Yeah. And the labels and the big execs are going to be knocking down our doors. So it's all about linking up with each other and building this community and just growth amongst each other. If it's about money for you, there's plenty out there in the world for all of us. So it can't just be, hey, my name needs to be listed first, or I'm not doing it type of thing, because we'll never grow from that. Waco itself is so small that if we don't move as a whole unit, then nobody's ever gonna make it as a large artist right out of here. People like Holly Tucker, are really big here in Waco, and I know a group called the Brent Hendricks Band. They're really good. I
heard them before.
Classy Baloo is like a blues singer from Waco, man, who's really good. There's a lot of artists, man. We just came from the 4th of July. We just came from the 4th of July fireworks show and concert out there at McLean Stadium. And this guy named Kingfish playing the guitar. Man, he's really good. Man. Yeah. He's like really, really good. And I had actually shared a video like 2 nights prior, not even knowing that this guy was going to be in Waco.
Oh, man.
So, and then I looked at the lineup and I was like, oh, that's the same dude. I got to make sure I hear him, man. And I'm somebody who likes live music. People who can play and sing. Live is different than somebody who can do it on the studio and do it take after take in order to get it right. No disrespect to Britney Spears, but there's a difference in her and Christina Aguilera.
For sure.
Like Christina Aguilera could really sing. Britney Spears with the right production could make good music. And that's just how I feel about it. Sean, tell the fans a little bit about where they can follow your drip. Like if these people want to get in contact with you, and they might want to shoot a video, or they might want to link up and do a song.
Yeah.
Where would they reach you?
So, man, you can actually check me out on Instagram at it's the kid Sean. We'll make sure we add that in the video for sure. Also, just on Facebook at Sean Young Griffin. I'm not real big on Twitter, so you can't find me on Twitter.
What is it about Twitter, man? About us here in Central Texas and Twitter? We don't use and we talked about this once before. People told me I was working it backwards. That Twitter should be the first place we go. And because when I look on ESPN, and I'm big, those are, I guess I only watch a few channels, but ESPN is one of the main ones, and they're always talking about tweet and retweet, and I'm like, okay, I never just really got into Twitter like that, but.
Only time you're going to catch me on Twitter if somebody mess up on national TV and all the memes coming. That's the only time you're going to catch me on Twitter.
So you a meme stealer?
Yeah, I'm a meme stealer. I'll be ready to take it off Twitter and put it on Facebook. Like
I was the first one to jack it.
Yeah, I can't. Nah, you won't find me on Twitter. I just don't get it. Like, and I just don't be tweeting random stuff. So it's just, but so you can't find me on there. But you can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on YouTube at Griffin Films Productions, man. You can check out just a few test footages I've did on there. I got a movie. It's called Laura's X-23 fan film. So if you've seen the Wolverines movie and you know who Laura is, then you'll kind of understand that. I think that's really for the nerds. But I want to say I dropped that a year ago, and we are at 269,000 views on it.
Right,
and
that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I dropped it at the right time. You know what I mean? It was just right after the Wolverine movie came out, and I said, let's go make it. We spent 2 days. We shot it, got it done. It's like a 10-minute film, and I went from 2 subscribers to 970, I think, somewhere around there. I got the views. Now I just need 1,000 subscribers so I can start getting paid for it. I mean, I don't care if it's a penny. That's my penny.
Right,
so. You could definitely check me out on there. So if you want to, follow some more, I got singing videos all on Instagram and Facebook also.
Well, Sean, hey, we're about to get ready to wrap this interview up, man. I definitely appreciate you coming in and sitting with us here at Follow the Drip podcast. And remember, guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, share it to a friend, comment, and follow us on IG. That's follow_the_drip_podcast. Also follow us on Facebook at Follow the Drip Podcast, or send us an email at followthedrippodcast@gmail.com. Sean, we're gonna finish it up. Sean, I'd like you to finish it out with a little little talent. Show them what you got, Sean, because they think it's a game, and I want to make sure that when I bring an artist in here, the fans get to hear a little bit. Don't give them the whole chicken, but just give them a chicken leg real quick, and to let them know where to follow you and all that good stuff when you're done, bud. And this is Follow Drip Podcast episode 2.
Okay. So I got you. So check this out. Since I started in the church, you know what I mean? So we're going to hit it with the classic church song that my mama used to make me get up and sing in front of everybody.
Okay, do that.
All right, here we go. I love you. I love you. I love you, Lord, today, because you cared for me in such a special way. That's why I praise you. I lift you up and I magnify your name. And that's why my heart is filled with praise. It's just a little something right there, man.
Good stuff, Sean. Hey, Sean, it's been a pleasure having you. This has been Follow the Drip Podcast. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms. See y'all next week. We got Skunk by Cuddy Reek coming in, or Skunk by us. We also got Way Limited Clothing Store. These guys going to bring in some swag just to let you know what trends to follow. So next episode is our fashion episode. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. This is Follow Drip Podcast.
Mama had to give me Dropped out of school, I hustled off that 750. I'm just trying to make my mama proud this year she turning 60. I'm on a different mission, I've been having visions. My daughter say she love me, I'm just ballin' in this kitchen and I'm cutting up.